Shortly after the missile launch, South Korea's presidential office convened an emergency meeting of the National Security Council, and President Moon Jae-in held conference calls with the leaders of the U.S. and Japan. Our chief Blue House correspondent Moon Connyoung joins us live. So, Connyoung, give us the details.
Right, Devin. So it's a serious threat to world peace, and South Korea will not just sit back and watch North Korea launch these provocations. That's a key message by South Korean President Moon Jae-in during the early security meeting held today. Take a listen to this.
북한이 핵과 미사일을 포기할 때까지 한미 양국을 비롯한 국제사회는 강력한 제재와 압박을 추진해 갈 수밖에 없습니다.
Now, today's missile test by North Korea is the 11th of its kind during Mr. Moon's 6-month-long presidency alone. But what's different this time around is that South Korea wasn't caught off guard. In fact, the president said that the launch had been anticipated and that the government had been prepared. Devin.
Right. So, Connyoung, what happens now? Is President Moon looking at other options, perhaps ones that are not so diplomatic, shall we say?
Well, hopefully not, and the answer is no, at least for now. But first, I want you to take a listen to these remarks by the president.
압도적인 힘의 우위를 기반으로 북한의 핵미사일 위협으로부터 대한민국을 보호하고 무력 도발 시 즉각 응징하여 위협을 제거할 수 있는 역량을 더 한층 강화해 나갈 것입니다.
Well, South Korea's commander-in-chief also made clear to North Korea that it should not in no way make miscalculations of the situation and elicit a U.S. preemptive strike. Now, all throughout South Korean leaders' conference calls with U.S. President Donald Trump and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, which came to a close just momentarily ago, strong condemnations were echoed through. What's worth noting, Devin, is that these leaders, especially Presidents Moon and Trump, have agreed to hold further talks on ways to deal with North Korea after a thorough review of North Korea's missile technology. Now, could this mean a change of course in the way they deal with North Korea? That's something that we'll be on the lookout for in the next couple of days. Devin.